In this chapter, we'll be learning about lists, dictionaries, tuples, and functions. Here are the objectives. You can read those on your own time. Let's talk about the difference between two of the main topics, a list and a dictionary. A list allows the programmer to manipulate a sequence of data values of any type. A dictionary organizes data differently. It organizes the data values by association with other data values rather than by a sequential position. Lists and dictionaries, of course, provide us powerful ways to organize data in useful and hopefully more interesting applications. A list, therefore, is a sequence of data values. Each value in the sequence, each value in the list, is referred to as a list item or a list element. I have some links here. If you're interested, you can check them out for more about Python lists. Now, we're familiar with lists every day. We use lists. For instance, we make a shopping list for the grocery store, a guest list for a wedding or a party. I'm sure we've either written or used recipes. Recipes are a list of instructions. We could think of a document, a text document, as being as containing a list of lines. And in fact, we can refer to words in a dictionary as being a list as well. Each item in a list has a unique index that specifies its position, and just as in strings, the index is numbered from 0 to length -1. Remember, we call this zero-based indexing. Here are some examples of lists. Notice that these list items are literals. We have 1, 2, 3 strings in a list. We have a list of lists. This list contains a list of 2 numbers, and this list contains a list of 2 numbers. When an element is an expression, its value is included in the list. For instance, we could set x and assign it to 2. And now we formulate a list x comma math square root of x. When we ask the shell to display the values of our list, it will actually give us the value of x and the value of math square root of x. A list of integers can be built using range. We've seen this numerous times now. We've been using range with respect to our for loops. Here's an example of manually building a list first that has the elements 1, 2, 3, 4. Here we have another list second. And basically what we're doing here is we're saying take the range 1 up to but not including 5. That produces a sequence of values and then convert it to a list. Now we are assigning this list to the variable second. So when we look at first, we have the values 1, 2, 3, 4. When we look at second, exactly the same values. We've just built them differently. The function len for length works on lists just as it does for strings. The same can be said of the subscript operator, the concatenation operator, and the equals operator. Here we have some examples. Length of first comes out to 4. I can notice not only can I use the subscript operator, but I can take a slice of a list as well. First 2 up to but not including 4 will give us the values 3 and 4. First plus the manual list 5, 6 will give us the values 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So this is concatenation. When we formed first and second on the previous slide, we saw that they had exactly the same values. They were just created in different ways. So if we say first equals second, the answer will be true. To print the contents of a list, here we have print, and in quotes 1, 2, 3, 4. So this is our normal print command used on a string. We would expect that. But you can actually print the contents of a list as well. So here we have print, and inside, as the argument to the print function, we have a list, and it prints out the values of the list. Notice it shows the square braces. The in operator detects the presence of an element in the list. We saw that used with strings. With respect to strings, can detect a substring inside a string and return true or false based on whether that substring occurs in the string. In a list, if any of these elements are the element that is specified, here we have 0, it will return true. In the case of 0 in 1, 2, 3, there is no 0 as an element in this list, therefore it returns false. Here's a summary of some basic list literals and basic operators. So here we have the operator